Okay, so I want to do a brief video of how to set up Open Broadcasting System, or OBS, for teaching. And I feel like it is a really actually quite a useful tool if you're going to do online instruction and you're going to do it asynchronously, because it literally puts a face in front of the students. And it's hard to know if our students even care who we are these days if you're never going to meet them in person. But I feel like anything you can do to try to increase that connection with your students will help. And OBS is super easy to use. Anyone can do it. I'm just on my Mac right now using the built-in stuff. So there's just a few things that you'll need here. So the first thing you need to do is to we'll go into just search for OBS, Open Broadcasting Software, and you just download it. It's running over here, so I don't need to download it, but it runs on Mac or Windows or Linux. If you're running Linux, you probably don't need this right now. So what you're seeing right now is the OBS running, and I've set it up in a way that it will overlay a view of me, kind of weatherman style. And I want to show you kind of how to set that up. The things that you'll need in addition to OBS is you'll need some kind of green screen, and I would suggest a good one, or a nice thick one. They're about 75 bucks, and you can get them from B&H or other places. And you'll also need a fair amount of light. So I have some studio lights that I'm using that are kind of permanently mounted next to my computer. So the way that this works is that within OBS, what you do is you add in a couple of different things. You add in a window capture, and that window capture, the display capture right here, that's basically capturing the screen. So as I'm moving windows around, it's being captured within the OBS studio to show you what you're capturing. And then in order to show the overlay of my head from the webcam, we have a video capture device, and that's this screen right here. I can't remember, oh, this is the Zoom meeting. Okay, so this is, we actually could get rid of this if we needed to. Yeah, we'll get rid of this, good. Okay, I think that was left over from something else when I was trying to combine Zoom with OBS. All right, so we have a video capture device, and that's my webcam. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click on this, and I'm gonna go to Filters, and you can see that I have a couple of different things that are set up here. So I have a color correction, which basically boosts the saturation a little bit. And that's going to help in the second step, which is a chroma key, which allows me to eliminate the green from the background. So as I move the similarity back and forth, you'll see, okay, here's the view, and all you're seeing the green screen, and you can see the green in the view down in the corner here as well. I've flipped the image left and right because it's just easier for me to watch myself that way. As I increase the similarity right here, you can see that there's a point where it wipes out everything, but there's a sweet spot right here where it's wiping out the green screen in the background, but it's showing my head. And it's pretty good. I mean, there's a little bit of fringing in here. You might be able to adjust the smoothness, although it seems to interact in weird kind of ways. You have to kind of just play with these parameters a little bit. But, and then this spill key basically is if you've got green that spills in, it'll kind of increase the similarity and decrease the smoothness. And yeah, so that's basically how you do this. And to get this to work, one of the tips that I learned online is, whoops, if we go back to filters, then you want a color correction first to boost the saturation, do your chroma key on the boosted saturation, and then have another color correction which basically desaturates it here. So you can see how the saturation works right there. And so that is a pretty natural image. I'm a little red here, but part of the problem is that the Mac webcam does a automatic white balance with a lot of green, and so that's a problem. The other tips that I've read about using really good green screens is that you want to put a lot of light onto the green screen to get rid of shadows, and I don't have a lot of light here. It's kind of reflecting off my ceiling and wall in front of me as opposed to being direct. So you could play with your settings, but that's basically how it works here. Okay, so then you just hit close here, And then you have to add an audio input capture. And so that's the microphone right here. You can see the mic is working right there when I talk. And then there, you can also capture the desktop audio if that's important for playing videos or something like that. So basically, that's how this works. And then you basically start a PowerPoint or anything else. Earlier today, I was doing a thing of my brain surgery. So I had a picture of my brain here, but you can have anything you want on here. You could also do this with Zoom or other kinds of things, but all you have to do is start recording. So we'll start recording right here, and we're recording, and then I'm looking kind of over my other screen, which is why my view is, normally I'd be talking like this with my, when I got some of the, I'll have to adjust the settings of my capture device here. Chroma key, so let's get the similarity so it doesn't, it reduces the glare, there we go. Okay, so then we'll stop recording, and then we'll go up here, and you may have to remux your recordings, which is just a way of, they get saved in a special format unless you change that. I can't remember exactly how it, is that under preferences? Yes, I think under advanced here. General. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. Recording format is MP4. So there are some other options that require you to remux it. But if you set that to MP4, then it works great. There's a warning here about using MP4. If you have problems, then you might lose your video, but that's fine. I've never had any problems. Okay, so basically you just show your recordings, and it will basically, I get the spinning beach ball of doom. All right, so here are the recordings. And so we'll just open this up, and this is the recording that we just recorded. So you can take this into your favorite video editor. It could be recording right here, and we're recorded. So you could do this, and I actually have started using DaVinci Resolve instead of Adobe Premiere or Adobe Rush. It's free. The non-studio version is free, and it's very powerful and very quick. So you could use that as well. So basically, that's how you use OBS to insert yourself over the video when you're trying to do a PowerPoint or some kind of asynchronous delivery of material. So that's it.